welcome back to Buzz Music. I'm Miranda Balcar, and today we're here with John Chapman from the Raisin Cake Orchestra.
Hi.
Hey, how are you today?
Doing great. About yourself?
Good. So the Raisin Cake Orchestra,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have to tell me about that name.
There's a couple of things that are conventional. Albert Einstein used the image of a raisin cake to describe the way that the universe expands, and he described the galaxies in the universe move away from each other like the raisins in a cake do as it rises. And so we're all about expanding people's consciousnesses as far as jazz is concerned, and it's also a slang term for a misfit. And we sound a little bit different than a lot of other jazz groups do in the area. We tend to focus on a lot of stuff that has like a New Orleans kind of street beat type of flavor, and we throw in a lot of stuff that sounds more like R&B and funk, so it's not necessarily what people expect when they come to listen to jazz. We have a lot of people walk up to us after we play and they say things like, "I don't know anything about jazz, but I sure liked what you guys were doing tonight." So we like to get that kind of a feedback from people that really don't know much about jazz but suddenly have a great time listening to us.
Awesome.
And then one night, some friends of mine were having a discussion on social media about politics and stuff, and one of them said, "Yeah, watch all these raisin cakes come in here and try to debate us on this." And I said, "Oh, that sounds pretty interesting." And at the time, the band had just gotten started, and we were performing at the Parlor about a week or so later here in San Marco, and somebody walked up to us after the event and said, "This is great. What's the name of this band?" And I leaned over and I said, "This is the Raisin Cake Orchestra." And it kind of stuck since then.
Nice, nice. So what are the types of places that you play around town?
We play here at the Parlor at the
Okay.
Grape and Grain here in San Marco. We play at the Volstead, which is on Adams Street downtown, and that's really kind of like our home base. We really love working there. We've been working there almost 3 years, and we just think the world of the staff. It's a great place, great vibe. They have a real like speakeasy, 1920s type of atmosphere. So because we focus on a lot of jazz from the Dixieland and the Prohibition and the swing era, our sound really fits the aesthetic that they're going for there. And we'll actually be there for Jazz Fest After Dark on Saturday, May 27th from 10 to 1 in the morning.
Awesome, awesome. And you mentioned New Orleans kind of feel.
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
where you guys are from?
No, as a matter of fact, we're, with the exception of our lead player who did work for several years in New Orleans and recorded with the Dukes of Dixieland and worked there for about a decade. The rest of us are all Florida guys. I'm from Gainesville, and our guitar player and drummer are from St. Augustine.
Awesome.
But we all have studied this type of music. We've all played with other groups that cultivated this kind of a sound and knew each other from different sorts of settings. Some of us were in school together at the University of North Florida in the Jazz Studies program, and then kind of all sort of came together because we had this common interest in exploring this type of music, and it's just been wonderful.
Awesome. So where do you see the band this year going? What are your aspirations?
We've got a few more like larger events that we're playing. We're going to be playing at the Plaza across from the Bridge of Lions in St. Augustine on July 20th, and it's part of their Concerts in the Plaza series. We've recently done some events down in Orlando that are like social events where they have concert halls reserved and they'd like to bring in a band to be the featured entertainment. So we're looking more towards getting ourselves involved in music festivals and kind of expanding our footprint a little bit to go beyond simply like clubs and cafes and restaurants and be more involved with like outdoor type of venues and arts festivals and music festivals.
Cool. So where can people find out more about your show schedule?
We have a Facebook page, and all you got to do is search the Raisin Cake Orchestra, and we have our schedule of upcoming events pinned to the top of our homepage there.
Okay. Perfect. Well, it's so great talking to you
Nice
about
to talk
the
to you.
Raisin Cake Orchestra.
Thank you so much.
You can find out more about the Raisin Cake Orchestra on their Facebook page, and we'll catch you next time on The Buzz.